What are you saying?
What's good, man? It is, I don't know, like 1 AM. We just finished Vegan Nights Volume 4 in East London. Chilling in the crib. We got Nathan, Vegan Fireman, in the building. Just talking about everything, man.
Everything.
Talking about some deep stuff, life. But there's one thing I wanted to speak on real quick, because I've seen the veganism getting a lot more attention in the UK media recently, and it's on the news.
Why?
I see it on the radio. It's in the papers and all this stuff. And I just want to speak to vegans themselves, because I think there's a great opportunity for us now. We've got a platform to speak from, and I see a lot of activists speaking, and I just want to make sure that we're doing it right. There's a lot of frustration in vegans, and I feel it too. I see what they do to animals, and I understand the torture and the rape and the murder that goes on. But when we've got a platform to speak on the news and to other people who don't see it that way, we've got to be really intelligent about our approach. And if we're using these words, which are trigger words, which will automatically put people on the defensive and put people that aren't vegan already, that are on these chat shows, on these talks, the farmers that we're speaking to, you've got to understand that you're just creating a debate, and you can't get to someone through debate with this. You have to speak to their soul. You have to speak to the inner child that's within them, that's at some point they've been separated from that child, and they've created this ego in their mind that says it's okay to do what we do to animals. And for you to just tell them you're murdering, it's rape, that's coming from a place of frustration within you. That's coming from a lack of, there's no understanding in that, because you've got to understand these people, the farmers or the news anchors, they're not invested in this like we are. To help them grasp this, you have to speak to their soul, man. You have to speak to them as though they're individuals that are hurting, that are just in a defensive mode. You have to take their defenses down and then nurture them to understanding of this. And if it comes to this, do you want to tell them the truth, or do you want them to actually become vegan and stop hurting the animals? Because if you want to tell them the truth, you can tell them all day what they're doing, but they don't hear the truth, they don't hear the facts. That deflects off them, off their own egos, boom, boom, boom. I'm not raping, I'm not doing this, and you're arguing about language and semantics at the end of the day. But if you can speak to them on a conscious level, remove your own ego and your own frustration, because what happens is they just see a frustrated human, and then they associate that with vegans, and they go, I don't want to be a frustrated human. I don't want to see the world the way you see it. Right? We've got to look like peaceful humans that are just a little bit, and for me it's like, speak from your child, speak from your own child, because they'll hear that. Speak simplistically. You don't need to hit them with facts. Just say, look, it's a bit mean the way we treat animals, and it turns out we don't have to anymore. Could we try another thing? You know, could we try another thing? Is it necessary? It's not necessary. We got to try and be peaceful. And I think that's, as activists, now is the time we need to address our approach to this message. And it's about identifying the hurt within ourselves and the frustration, and trying not to come from that place. Trying to come from a place of peace when we try to speak to these people, and understanding that they are hurting as well. And that is how we help to get through to these people. If you just speak bluntly, and you got to think there's an audience, you might have 1 million people watching on a Good Morning show or something like that, and you tell the facts, we're doing this to animals, this, you might get 2% of people wake up and go, oh yeah, that is what we're doing. But if you speak peacefully and represent a calm, intelligent human that's not frustrated, that understands everyone else on the panel, you might get 30% of people go, you know what, they've got a point, I might try vegetarianism. I'm not condoning it, as though we have to accept these transition steps towards veganism. If someone to accept and go, I'll try vegetarianism, it's better to get 30% of people try vegetarianism than 2% of people go, he's got a point. Like, you've got to understand the psychology of a human in this debate, and it's not about speaking the truth all the time. It's about actually being intelligent and how we convert people and help people evolve towards veganism. And for me, I think that's what we've got to do, you know. I think that's how we've got to look at ourselves. And so that's just what I wanted to speak on right now. This is a message to vegans. Be understanding of non-vegans. And
comes from forgiveness, don't it? Forgiveness, man.
Yeah. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Forgive people for where they are on their journey. We're all flowers.
Yeah.
Not everyone's open yet. Not everyone's there yet.
Yeah. People are like eggs, right? And they've got for them to make it, they've got to break the egg from the inside. If you break the egg from the outside, you kill that chance for them to be vegan, because you're going in there brutal, smashing the egg. But if you can coax them out of that shell, of their protective shell, bring them out with some love and some peace, and it's warmer over here, it's nicer over here, there's love over here, they might come over to this side. And I think that's how we do it. So you've got to help them do it that way. I'll leave you with that. Peace out.